Good evening students. In this video I am going to explain Gulliver's Travels part 1. I have given the summary as well. This is for first BA English students for the subject British literature. It was written by Jonathan Swift, and the first part describes about a voyage to Lilliput of Gulliver. So Jonathan Swift was actually Anglo-Irish writer who was born in Dublin, and he was very famous for English satire. His famous works I have given here. Please go through it. So original title actually travels into several remote nations of the world in 4 parts by Lemuel Gulliver, first a surgeon and then a captain of several ships. Okay. It is a prose satire written in 1726, actually divided into 4 parts. The first part describes about a voyage to Lilliput of Gulliver. So in the first part, the narrator tells about his family and his education, and later he tells about his family members, especially about his wife. And one day, Captain William offers the narrator to take voyage to South Sea. Unfortunately, during the voyage, he leaves others and lands on an island. And he is confronted by human creatures not 6 inches high. And they all have bow and arrow in their hands. And he is tied with strings and get pain whenever they pull them. Later, when they actually come to know that he is harmless, they provide food to him, and even King also orders him to take care of him very well. Later, he is taken on the carriage. When he awakes, he is in front of an ancient temple. The narrator describes the temple and its surroundings. The king is the narrator actually describes about king, emperors and ladies and their way of dressing, everything. And it is too difficult for the narrator to sleep on the floor as it is too small for his body. So the king orders to prepare bed for the narrator, and later the king sends scholars to teach their language. Afterwards, officers are sent to him because they want to check his they want to check what he is having in his pocket. So they have pen and paper, ink to write down. So the king ordered to show his scimitar and pocket pistols, and later he also shows silver and copper money as well. His scimitar and pistol and pouch are taken to Majesty's store, and the rest of the properties are handed over to him. And the following are permitted by the Majesty to the Man Mountain. Man Mountain, that is Gulliver. So first, the king orders he should not depart from the dominions, that is his country, without any license, and he should not enter into any metropolis, that is big cities, without order. He can walk on high roads. He should walk only on road, not on meadow or fields, because their citizens are very tiny, so that's what he should not supposed to walk on meadow or fields. While walking, he should not trample upon the bodies of the subjects. The Man Mountain should carry as messages as well whenever they need, and they must be he must be ready to destroy their enemy fleet. The enemies are called Blefusco. The enemy country is Blefusco. During his free time, he has to assist his workmen. In 2 months' time, the Man Mountain, that is Gulliver, should deliver the exact circumference of their dominions. And he accepted Majesty's order, everything, and later he asked permission to look around this metropolis. Immediately the emperor grants permission, and he looks around the palace, and later he describes about his cities and the palace, everything. And then actually he comes to know about the Blefusco, so he wants to support Lilliputians, and he wants to fight against Blefusco. So Blefusco is actually situated northeast of Lilliput. He inquires about the depth of the channel from the experienced seaman, and later he orders for thick rope and bows to fight against Blefuscans. And they started attacking. They also prevents bravely. The emperor and his people are waiting and watching everything from the shore. And finally, off of the fleet of his enemies brought to Lilliput, and even the king orders and asks him to bring the remaining ships from their enemy country. And actually what happened, after 3 weeks, 6 ambassadors from Blefuscu come with humble offer of a peace. They speak with the narrator with the help of interpreter. On one midnight, in the meantime, what actually happened? The people cries aloud for help. Actually, what happened? The apartment is on fire because of their carelessness. It is too difficult for them to extinguish the fire. The narrator gets an idea and he urinates on fire. He saves the life of them, but the palace cannot be used in future. Now the narrator describes about the empire. The first thing is that they actually 6 inches high, and even the animals like horses and oxen are 4 or 5 inches, and even the small the birds are also even common fly size only. The tallest trees are 7 feet high. Writings actually not from right to left, not from left to right, but from one corner to another corner. And the deads are buried with the heads directly downward, and punishments are very, very severe. All parents, about the education of the children, all parents can send their children for their education except cottagers and laborers. And the clothes for their children are very plain and simple. During education, the parents are permitted to meet the children only twice a year. Female nurseries also provide educations in the same manner. Frightful and foolish stories are not entertained. The cottagers and laborers' children are at home, and their businesses are to till and cultivate the earth only. Begging is unknown to them. And later, one particular day when the narrator is ready to meet the king of Blefuscu, he is met by few persons who are very loyal to him in Lilliput. He is informed that the articles are framed against him and discuss about the Man Mountain. The first thing is that means it is all because of his enemy in Lilliput. His name is Kairish Bolgolam. He has to be what and all the articles what and all they have framed. The first thing is they want to punish him because he has breached law by urinating on the royal palace. The second one is friendly with ambassadors from Blefuscu who are enemies of them. They do not like the visit of Man Mountain. Man Mountain is nothing but only Gulliver to Blefuscu. And it is also informed to him that these articles will be read within 3 days in front of him, and later he will be punished by that means he is going to lose his eyes, and it is informed by the secretary. One morning, the narrator the Gulliver sets out from Lilliput. He arrives at the royal port of Blefuscu. With the help of king of Blefuscu, he actually make the boat, and he is ready to leave Blefuscu. He wanted to meet his family members. On 24th September 1701, 6 in the morning, he starts his journey. He is helped by Mr. John, the captain who returns from Japan. And they arrives in the Downs. Down is actually the native place of Gulliver. On the 13th April 1702, he reunites with his family members. He stays with them for 2 months. He leaves £1,500 for his wife. Again, he wants to explore. He also introduces his son Johnny and his daughter Betty in this part 1. He leaves them and starts his voyage with John Nicholas, commander of the ship. So in this way, part 1 ends. Part 2 going to be uploaded very soon. Thank you, students. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching.